Hi, my name is Steve Shermett, and I want to talk to you about the God particle and the super collider. Well, here are my thoughts. I'm not a scientist by any stretch of the imagination. I have no clue about the depths of the things that they are studying. But I do have some thoughts. Even though we live in a day and age where billions of dollars have been spent trying to convince people there is no God. I mean, public education, TV, movies, they all take it for granted, don't they? Atheism is the national religion. And yet, over 70% of us still believe in a God. So I want to talk to you about my view of the super collider, the God particle, and God. Some people think that if only the scientists can get things to work just right, that they will prove the Big Bang happened and that we don't need a God. There isn't a God. It's evidence that everything could be made without God. But they couldn't be further from the truth. Let me explain to you what I'm talking about. You take some of the brightest minds that human history has ever produced, give them billions of dollars, get them together from other nations, and let them experiment, work out scientific equations. Experiment, work out scientific equations. Let the next generation take over, do the same thing over and over and over, and then boom, something amazing happens. So what does that prove? It proves there's no God. It proves that everything was made without intelligence. You following what I'm saying? It took the most intelligent minds, billions of dollars, many years trying, experimenting. All that would convince me of is it was intelligence that made it happen. Anything you can do in a laboratory doesn't prove it happened by accident. It proves it happened by intelligence. So no matter the end result of the super collider or God particle principle, all it's going to do is help me further enjoy and appreciate God's creation. You know, it reminds me of a joke I heard. God visited an atheist scientist. And by the way, not all the scientists are atheists. There's great organizations out there with some of the top atheists in their field, scientists in their field that believe in God. Go, look up creation in the Bible and you'll be amazed. Creation.org and such websites as that. But anyway, God comes to this scientist in a laboratory. He says, "So I hear you don't believe in me." "I don't. And I hear you think you could do everything I did if you just had enough time and practice." "I believe I could." God says, "You know, I created life." The scientist said, "We've got that. We've done that in the test tube." God said, "Really?" So God said, "Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll make something, you make something." The scientist said, "That's a good idea." So God went, took a handful of dirt, breathed on it, and it became a chimpanzee. And the scientist said, well, that might take some work, but just give me a minute. And he went and he grabbed a handful of dirt, and God said, get your own dirt. I'm Steve Shermett, and those are my thoughts.